Hello and welcome to the British Dapper, and today we're talking about wearing a waistcoat in a modern age. So you're going to wear a suit or you're going to wear something informal, and you don't really want to wear a jumper or anything like that underneath it, but you want to add a little bit of colour and a bit of texture to what you're wearing. A good way around that is with a waistcoat. Waistcoat gives you a little bit more detail, actually accentuates certain parts, and it flatters a suit wearer really well. Now waistcoats come in different designs. So for example, you can have a straightforward waistcoat, single-breasted, no collar. You can have one with a collar, with lapels, for example, like here. You can have a horseshoe cut, another version, which is to accentuate the chest area and lower down. And you've got a shawl collar, which tends to be used for more formal occasions and evening wear. White tie, black tie, that sort of thing. But it can be worn in a more casual setting as well, and it's not uncommon to see modern twists on that design. So for example with tweed or something like that. And talking about tweed, tweed's a great one to wear for an informal casual look. If you don't want to wear a jacket for any reason, you could always wear a waistcoat, and it just lifts it a little bit as well. So a waistcoat is something you should really seriously consider wearing. Even if you don't have one with a suit, you can wear another waistcoat underneath it. And you can do that by, I would suggest, rather than trying to match the colour, go the opposite and go contrast to it. So that way you're making it a feature rather than trying to make it fit in the overall look. So with that in mind, I thought we'd look at different types of look and how you can use a waistcoat to enhance the look. Now a waistcoat, if you're putting on a little bit of weight in the middle area, actually a waistcoat is a good way of hiding or masking that little paunch that you might be getting, and it also tapers down the look overall. It's quite flattering if you are slightly putting on the pounds. So don't dismiss it. It's a great way of adding something to an already decent look, and you can really enhance it. It goes really well with jeans. For example, if you're wearing a tweed version, you can wear a tie with it, you can wear it without a tie, you can wear a waistcoat informally. So this picture here was when I was in the park one day just walking the dog, and you can see that the waistcoat really does make it a little bit more of a special sort of look rather than just jeans and a shirt. So it's all about enhancing what you already have. Now waistcoats come in various colours as well, so don't be afraid to use something with a bit of texture. For example, a velvet waistcoat is great, especially if it picks out a colour already used in, for example in this case, a tweed jacket, and it really does add to that look. A velvet waistcoat on its own is great. Moleskin is another one you can find. I would also look at tweeds as well, different variations on tweed. Herringbone's another one as well. I tend to use a a lapelled, notched lapel version of what you could argue is what they call a Western style, or Scottish style, which is where it has pockets, bellow pockets on the bottom of the waistcoat, and a notched lapel on it. This is designed really not to wear under a jacket. It's in place of a jacket, and still quite a good look. Shooting jackets and waistcoats are not dissimilar. So if you're going to use a different colour, then seriously think about, is it a formal event you're going to, or an informal event? Is it a casual event? So if it's formal, then we are looking at potentially a suit being involved, or formal wear, a day wear like a morning suit, a wedding, or an evening wear. For example, it could be a black tie event. So in those cases we are looking at a formal look, and not that the waistcoat would have to match. I would suggest that you don't want it to match, you want a contrast. So if you're wearing a black morning suit or a dark blue morning suit, then you might want to contrast that with a grey or a lighter blue colour, as an example. So it does actually add rather than trying to merge when it comes to the colour scheme of the palette that you're using. Something else to consider is that in the informal setting, then the other extreme, then you can wear them with jeans, ditch the tie, don't wear a tie, and it's great just as an extra layer, and it adds interest and detail to the overall look. The middle area is where we're looking at something semi-formal going into the casual range. So that's that business casual sort of look. Then a waistcoat on its own goes well with a pair of chinos or even a pair of cavalry twill. I tend to wear them in a semi-formal setting with, for example, in this case, tweed jacket, yellow waistcoat, tie, and I wear them with cavalry twill and a pair of brown brogues, and it's a really good look. Well, I think so. And you could modernise that and go for just a plain dark blue jacket with a different coloured waistcoat, lighter coloured trousers or chinos, and a pair of shoes again, and you've got a different look, but the waistcoat would enhance it. And so we also have people that wear suits, and if you get a two-piece suit and you really want that extra third layer, that middle layer, then we're talking about a waistcoat. So depending how adventurous you are, you could go for something like this. This is quite an expensive waistcoat. As you can see, it's embroidered, black velvet, about 300 and something odd pounds. I'll put the full details up here for you in a second. And as you can see, it's something quite special. So it could easily be worn an evening event, but not with a black tie. I would suggest it would be with a black suit in an evening wear. The other thing that you could do is go completely the opposite way, and here we have a harlequin waistcoat, which really does make it very loud, but with the right accessories, for example taupe or dark blue shirt, or a for example white shirt, and a pair of chinos, stone coloured, or even possibly an olive, you would get away with that, and it would still be a very loud statement piece. So I would suggest, if you haven't got a waistcoat, seriously consider about getting one and adding it to your ensemble or to your selection or choices, because it can really enhance your look, and you'd be surprised how many positive comments you get when you do wear one. So we hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe, then please feel free to do so. If you like notifications, then please hit the bell. And if you'd like to make a comment, then please jot it down below. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. We like positive comments, and we also like suggestions for our next lot of videos. We use a lot of our suggestions as video content in the future. So until next time, take care.